I ran my third half of the marathon of Brussels under 1 hour and 15 minutes. If this video adds everything how to run a half marathon of 2 hours, everything you need to know from avoiding injuries to enjoying running. Let's get to the video.
Today, I ran my third 20k of Brussels under 1 hour and 48 minutes. In this video, I'm giving you everything you need to know to run your first half marathon under 2 hours, from avoiding injury to enjoying every single second. But first, I want you to sign up to a race. Doesn't matter where the race is. It can be local, it can be in another city, it can be in another country, but just sign up because we need to commit. We need to write that down on your calendar so we can focus on and work on that goal. Let's go. All right, let's talk about the first thing that gets you move forward in running, and that's training. Training is really important. All right, you need to get used to running. Just go and run. Get those legs moving. That's the first step, the most important step. Of course, you can do some half marathon without training. We've seen that online. That's possible. But we're not here for that. We are here to build something strong, to build a good cardio, a good physique, and also build a great mindset, because your mind will shift and get stronger while running. Believe me. Now, starting your training and starting as a beginner for your first half marathon, I don't want you to go and train 5, 6, 7 times a week. No, try with 3 to 4 times a week and increase gradually. Increase your miles gradually and know that you will need some time to increase your distances, increase your speed. It will take really some time off your days. That's not a problem. At the beginning, you will start with 30 minutes maybe, and at some point you will be running every training for more than 1 hour. I'm doing at the moment around 1 hour. For long race, of course, I'm around 1 hour 30, sometimes 2 hours. So it takes time, but it's fun, and that's really what we want. Make it as fun and as nice as possible. All right. And what I do for my training is really simple. But if you want a free, easy training plan to follow, look down in the description. I'm giving a free PDF of my 20k of Brussels. It's for free and it's easy to follow for beginners and intermediates. Take a look. And otherwise, you can also work with AI. Really an amazing thing to work with. What I do is I set my goal, what I wanted to do, and I talk with AI. Then every week I'm asking a new training plan. I'm giving everything I did the week before, how much I ran, my heart rate, my pace, my distance, everything. Every info I can get, I give that to AI, and then I ask, okay, now give me my training plan for this week. And I've been doing that for the past few months, and it's really easy, really good. So I recommend doing that. But yeah, online there are a lot of amazing training plans, but the most important again is just get going, just get moving. And please, I'm really into start progressing gradually. Don't try to go from 3 kilometers to 15 kilometers in 1 week. No, start small, take it easy. You know, now that we are talking about trainings, we need to mention strength. You're building a great physique, you're building a great mindset, but strength training is really important in running. It's not only about running, it's also about the strength in your legs, the strength in your upper body. All right, the legs are really the foundations for your runs, but your upper body is the one who will pull you forward when you get tired. So I recommend at least maybe 2 times a week training strength. And if you don't like that, you can just do some basic things: squats, push-ups, knee push-ups, pull-ups, or any type of pull workout to train your body overall, because it's really important and it will help you avoid any injuries, a lot of injuries. Resting, getting into resting. You need to place some resting into your training. Really important. At least 1 day per week. Why is that? Because resting is equal to performance, and what we want is performance. That's it. We want performance and we want to avoid injuries. So resting is also a way to avoid injuries. Talking about injuries, I think my first half marathon, I had knee pain, a lot of knee pain during my race. So I could barely walk. So I needed to stop at the Red Cross, and I stayed there for 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. I saw a lot of people coming in for different reasons. So prepare yourself. So avoid those type of things. If you feel uncomfortable, if you feel like there's something going wrong, go to the doctor. There's nothing wrong with going to the doctor. After my half marathon, I had a lot of pain on my ankles. So I went to the doctor as well. Today, I have some pain at the exterior of my foot. I have not been to the doctor yet. So you see how stubborn we are. I know that the doctor will help me out because because he did every time, but I didn't once, and now I need to run my half marathon with a pain on my foot. And that's why it's also so important to start early, start 12 weeks before, so start really as soon as possible. Why is that? Because you get to know your body better. You learn how your body is giving you signals for everything. Maybe you're sore, maybe you're fatigued, or maybe you're getting injured, and that's when you need to step in and try to change something. That's why you need the time to really learn about yourself and to avoid all injuries. At the moment, I'm only running 3 times a week and doing 3 times a week strength workout. It works for me, but to be honest, I think if I were running 4 times a week, I would improve more. But it takes time, it takes a lot of effort, and I'm also into that creating that really strong body. So I'm not only running, and that's why I'm at the moment splitting it into 3 and 3. But it's up to you how you divide that. But because we are talking about half marathon, I really recommend at least 4 times a week. What's something that has a direct contact between you and the floor? That's your shoes. Your shoes are really, really important. It's important to not just take those old shoes that are in your closet because you bought them once to do some sport. They're probably not comfortable enough, stable enough. They're probably too small. Why I'm talking about small? Because you really need to size up 1 size at least for your running shoes. Your feet moves a lot into your shoes. Your feet gets a lot thicker when running. So it's important to give them some space. You know, I've used my Asics FF Blast. They are really, really comfortable, but they were too small and I had 2 black toes. So that's really not something we want. That's why we need to go to the shop nearby, try them out, try to find something really comfortable. That's the most important thing when running, to find the shoes that are really, really comfortable for you. Every person is different and every foot is different. Try that out. And then, all right, once you have found something really comfortable, you can look at how the shoe looks. And once you have found some comfortable shoes, we can look around for some really nice shoes, because really nice shoes is also important. It's important because it gives you confidence, and that confidence multiplies itself by going further, longer, harder, and everything. So we need comfortable shoes, and then we can look at really nice shoes. All right. Then within the shoe, you're using probably socks, and your feet is really also something that's so important. Talking about shoes, talking about feet, I used to get a lot of blisters. I've tried multiple things and I found my solution. So I'm giving you my tip. The first tip, and it's really important to use some foot chalk, or how is it called? I don't know. Something like this. I always, every time I go for a run, it doesn't matter which sock or which shoes I'm using, I'm always using these ones. It keeps my foot dry and helps it not to stink a lot. But that's not important while running, all right? But it really avoids any blisters. A second option I'm also using, really, really important, are toe socks. I already mentioned it in another video, and so good. These ones help me avoid my toes really getting to each other, and yeah, really, really good. I prefer some thicker ones because I also use some thinner toe socks, also good, but I really do prefer thicker socks. So what I do is I open this, I put this like this, up, and then I turn it around and I give a pop. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm not going to use it right away, but that's the trick. And I have no blisters after running long runs, half marathons, 20Ks and more. Now let's talk about chafing. It happens a lot, and for me it happens if you have big thighs like me. It will happen to you if you don't prevent that. How I prevent that is using the right type of shorts. Doesn't need to be really, really long, but if you prefer that, you can use that. I really like shorter shorts, but the thing is my thighs are really too thick, or I mean maybe my legs are just too against each other, and that's not good. So I need to use some longer shorts, and I'm also using this anti-friction thing, really good between my legs, easy, and also here like a deodorant. Why? Because when I'm not using a normal shirt, but this one like a tank top, my armpits also gets shaved and it hurts. And then for my nipples as well, you need to try out different types of shirts. But if there are some shirts that you really like and you want to use that, what I use is just I tape my nipples while running before I run, and then no problem at all. I can remember in the first half marathon I was running, when I needed to stop at a Red Cross, I sat there, as I said, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, I can remember, but I was there and I saw a girl coming in. Her legs were just bleeding because of the chafing, and that's not something we want. So really prevent that. Try to prevent that, right? Now that we are talking about gear, we talked about the shoes, about the socks. A good shirt, you can choose that, something nice, something that makes you confident. And now let's get into maybe something less essential but
really important for me nowadays, it's my watch. In another video, I've talked about it. It's my Garmin 955. If you want to see my review, go and watch it. But it's an amazing watch. Just straight off the bat, it's an amazing watch. And it's not important for someone who is beginning, because you can just go with your phone and it will track your speed and your time, of course, and the core and where you run. But if you want more details, if you want your heart rate and specific pace things and a more accurate pace and more details overall about your health, you should go for a watch. And not directly, but you're probably going to buy something. And I really recommend the Garmin 955. Affiliate link down below if you want to buy it. I'm not using heart band right at the moment, but I've used one of Garmin as well a long time ago. A really old Garmin I had in the past, I used that, and it's a lot more accurate than your watch itself. So, but that's really when you get deeper into that performance metrics when running, when trying any other sports. All right, and a really important tip that I'm giving you is to try different locations and try varying your conditions. Locations, because for example, for me, where I live, I don't have a lot of uphills and things that go like this, you know? I have a lot of flat routes, and that's good, that's easy. But for my 20K of Brussels, there is a lot of change in elevation. So that's really important to try out some different locations. It makes it a lot more fun, and you just happens to learn a little bit more about how your body needs to react to every different location. And when I'm talking about conditions, I'm really talking about if you're running a lot inside, that's good, because I've trained a lot on the treadmill. It helps you a lot, but go outside, try that weather outside. If it's sunny, it's amazing, but if it's raining or if it's cold, try that out as well, because you don't know what type of weather it's going to be on your half marathon. That's first, and secondly, it will improve your running a lot. Knowing how to perform and how your body needs to adapt in every conditions will help you a lot. Talking about different conditions, different locations, I also want to talk about how important it is, or maybe a great tip to implement is to try out some different cardio sports. I went swimming and I did some bike rides, and it really helped me improve my cardio, my running a lot. Just by doing some different things, it makes it also a lot more fun, and it improves your running indirectly, but your cardio gets better and better, and you will start to run faster and longer. And that's what we want, all right? Changing your location, changing your conditions also helps a lot mentally. As I said, you will grow mentally on your journey in running for your first half marathon. You will get stronger mentally, but shifting everything around you makes a great difference in your mental, a great difference on your body as well. So try that out.
Something that everyone does every day and is also very important while trying to perform at his best for the half marathon is eating. Eating is so important. That gives you better results, better runs. So smart eating is the way to go. It's important to really focus on that as well, because I'm coming from 83 kilos and now I'm at 74 and I don't want to gain weight anymore. But it's really stays important to eat some carbs, because that's the fuel system, that's the fueling that you need for your runs. Today, for my half marathon, I'm eating some really good pasta with tomatoes and some pesto, and that works for me because I've tried it out before, so I know that. So that's why I'm talking about you really need to plan, to prepare yourself and try some different things in advance, you know, so that you know the day of the race perfectly what you need and what you're going to do. For me, pasta works very good. For other people, they prefer oats or some toast with honey. It really depends on your body and on your stomach. This is not too heavy. I'm going to eat this with some coffee, amazing. And then because we are 3 hours 30 before the race, it gives me enough time to digest and to really take all the carbs I need. So on the half marathon, I'm giving it all. And believe me, you will get very hungry in the beginning. So please try to control that. Eat not very caloric foods, but eat the needed carbs. And something it's very important also before races is to eat carbs, but not as much as fibers and as much as fat, because that digests very slow. Not the best thing for the races. So it's also very important to fuel while running, but more on that later. All right, last key point that I wanted to talk about fueling is electrolytes. I didn't know about electrolytes, to be honest. 1 year ago, I've learned, and something to make it very easy. Electrolytes is really about avoiding dizziness, avoiding cramps, and really controlling your fluids in your body. To make it simple, the salts that are in your body, and while you sweat, you lose a lot of electrolytes. So that's important to take in. At home, I make it very simple. You can buy some electrolyte powders that you can take in your water. Very easy. What I like to do, what I prefer to do, and it's not optimal, but it's already very good. It's just sea salt with lemon. Okay, so this is what I'm going to drink some lemon with sea salt. Very, very easy. Everyone has that at home. And I prefer, it's not that I prefer this, but I'm staying on a budget and this has worked for me. I've drank it before my races, during some training, and it really helps a lot. But if you want to get really, really deep into electrolytes, you can really buy those powders or those fluids that you put into your water. What's the difference between this one and the other ones is that the other ones has everything in electrolytes that you need: potassium, sodium, magnesium, and what more I'm thinking, but this one has only sodium, okay? And it's already very, very strong. So I really recommend looking into electrolytes to learn a little bit about that, because that's very, very important while running, while doing some very heavy workouts, very heavy trainings. Normally during my trainings, I don't use gels, but sometimes, as I said before, it's important to start early so you can try out some gels, because these will be very, very useful during your races. So I try them out. I make sure I don't get any issues, stomach issues or anything, and then I can use them during my runs. So for this 20k of Brussels, how I split them was at 5k, because after 5k, like around 6 or 7, I knew there was a big uphill. So to have enough carbs and enough energy to run that uphill with confidence and strong. Then halfway through, around 12k, I did take another gel. Very good, just because we're halfway through. And then at 16k, because at 18k there is a big last uphill. So that's how I split it, taking my gels during the race. So it's important to look at your race, look at the road, look at the uphills and downhills, so that you can strategize, and you can do that very easily with AI. You just send a picture of the route, because you probably will get one, and then he can help you make a good strategy for your run and a good strategy to take your gels. So please guys, try that out, because it gives you a lot of energy. It's good. It's not essential, but it's good. It makes you strong and it will help you. Really, it will help you. Don't take them just for little easy runs. No, take them for big, long, hard runs. And a race is that. We're giving all in, so we are taking our gels. If there is one tip, only one tip I need and I want you to really take into consideration, is going to the bathroom before any training, any workout, any race. Take the time. Doesn't matter where you go. If you need to go to a restaurant, in your house, somewhere, but go to the toilet. I'm talking in this about experiences. I've had to do some things outside when training, and I don't want that for you, okay? Let's not get in detail about that, but just go to the bathroom. Do that before, and what helps me is to drink a little coffee. It relaxes me, and it pushes everything out easy, you know? So we can be focused on anything else besides going to the bathroom during your workouts, during that important race, okay? Don't forget that. Just don't forget this most important tip.